The term GOAT, greatest of all time, has become popular in the world of sports. In the run-up to the 2020 Olympics, gymnast Simone Biles was universally hailed as the GOAT. And over the years, a herd of celebrated sports figures have been honored with that title. Football quarterback Tom Brady, basketball's Michael Jordan, track star Jaqueline Joyner-Kersee, swimmer Michael Phelps, the list goes on. But long before athletes were crowned with GOAT status, there was one athlete who was simply called the greatest.
His name was Muhammed Ali. Born Cassius Clay Jr., he changed his name when he was 22 years old.
He's a famous boxer, Muslim boxer.
He was a boxer, I'm pretty sure. And he was famous. That's all I know.
He was a boxer.
If Ali were just a boxer, he'd no doubt still be famous. But he wouldn't be one of the most influential athletes of all times. Ali was so much more than a man who earned his living in the ring. He was a fighter for good causes like civil rights and social justice. He was also a philanthropist. That word describes people who do good things, like making big donations to worthy causes. For example, Ali supported the Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Putting aside his boxing gloves, Ali would personally deliver medical supplies and food to countries ranging from Mexico to Morocco. In 2005, he was honored with America's highest civilian award, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
His deep commitment to equal justice and peace has touched people around the world. The United States honors Muhammad Ali for his lifetime of achievement and for his principled service to mankind.
Speaking from the heart, the most recognized person on the planet said, "I've always wanted to be more than just a boxer, more than just the 3-time heavyweight champion. I wanted to use my fame and this face that everyone knows so well to help uplift and inspire people around the world." He uplifted and inspired in so many ways. He was a published poet, and surprisingly, a 2-time Grammy nominee. His first nomination was for his comedy album, I Am the Greatest. It was written to poke fun at his upcoming match against boxer Sonny Liston.
He's great. He's got speed and endurance. But if you sign to fight him, increase your insurance.
The second Grammy nomination was for the recording he dropped to help young kids brush up on their dental health.
Ice cream like what you might get in this store has a lot of sugar in it. That's one of the major things Mr. Tooth Decay delights in.
A homespun philosopher, Ali delighted in sharing his observations on life. For example, don't count the days, make the days count. Perhaps his most famous quote was his description of his fighting style. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Sadly, the man who embodied the phrase poetry in motion was struck with Parkinson's disease, a brain disorder that affects one's motion. But Ali wasn't one to throw in the towel. Joining Back to the Future star Michael J. Fox, Ali used his fame and stature to call attention to Parkinson's. He didn't just raise awareness, he raised money. Thanks to him, the Muhammad Ali Parkinson Center was built in Phoenix, Arizona. Ali died in 2016 and was buried in his hometown of Louisville, Kentucky. But even the headstone on his grave is inspiring. Words for all of us to live by. When Teen Kids News returns, we'll visit a place where you can get up close and personal with this amazing man. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Teen Kids News. I'm continuing my report on one of the most influential athletes in history, 3-time heavyweight boxing champion Muhammad Ali. We're going to meet some of the people who are working hard to keep his legacy alive.
Welcome to Fighter's Heaven. Formerly Deer Lake, my father's training camp where he trained for some of his most important battles in and out of the ring.
The grounds are made up of 17 buildings. He had a kitchen and he had a gym built. He also had a building where his family would stay. He had cabins built for his staff, overnight guests, and last but not least, he had a mosque built here for his prayer, worship, and meditation. The camp was purchased in 2016 by Mike Madden, who is a huge Muhammad Ali fan, and he decided to restore it for people to come and see and experience what it was like while Muhammad Ali trained here. Throughout the grounds, there are boulders with the names of people who were important in his world, played a significant part in his world. They're mostly boxers.
Ali designed the entire camp and was particularly proud of his cabin. It replicates how one of his heroes, Jack Johnson, had lived in the late 1800s. Johnson is famous for breaking boxing's color barrier. In 1908, he became the first African-American world heavyweight champion.
It was very basic, very primitive and Spartan-like. There was no electricity or running water in this building at the time of the very beginning of the camp.
It's hard to imagine one of the richest athletes in the world sitting in his rocking chair, maybe reading a book by a dim lamplight, in a cabin heated by an old-fashioned stove.
He felt he was losing his edge and he was getting too soft, living in beautiful hotel rooms and suites down in Miami of Florida. So he decided to come up here and build this camp and train for the last part of his career.
No, come right in. It's just like the days of Jack Johnson.
Throughout the buildings here, you have videos that play. In this building here, the Ali Cabin, there's a video of him being interviewed by Dick Cavett. Now we're in the kitchen, and what you can see around me are some weed boxes and some Gatorade bottles that were put out in honoring Muhammad Ali and his career.
But hands down, the highlight of the museum is the gym. The boxing ring is a replica and is a bit smaller than the original ring.
I have memories of watching my father train, which today keep me every time I feel like I can't. I just remember him working till he couldn't anymore, and I get my own inner strength from those wonderful memories.
The gym now is set up as more of a museum feel. On the walls, you'll see collections of photos that show what the camp was like while he was here training. On the far wall are a collection of fight posters that were made throughout his boxing career. And as I'm walking forward more, over in this area here, you'll see the platform, and the platform is the original platform. So Muhammad Ali would work out on this platform as people were sitting in folding metal chairs, and he would hit the heavy bag, he would jump rope, and there were a couple speed bags on both sides of the gym.
Celebrities ranging from Michael Jackson to living presidents and the Beatles all were in this very room we're standing in right now.
One thing that really stands out, and I hear from many people here, is how he took the time to talk to people. And literally there are many stories where he would be training in the ring and he would see a youngster, a young kid in the audience, and he would stop his workout, he would stop his sparring session and joke around and have fun with the kid. And there's also many stories of him just sitting down with people and asking them about their family, their lives, and how things are going with them.
I told you, I'm the real champion. I told you, I'm the champion of the world.
Muhammad Ali, even though he was a loudmouth kind of cocky person in front of the camera, he was very soft-spoken, humble, mellow. The camp here was free and open to the public then, it's free and open to the public now, and he was very accessible to the public. In fact, people would just walk in literally the door here next to me, sit down in folding metal chairs around us here, and just watch him work out.
And my father had a quote, pretty much went like this. He said, "I hated training every moment of it, but I know if I suffer now, I'll be a champion forever." So those moments when I feel like I can't, I remember to take those extra steps forward, and I know just like my father, they'll benefit me and I'll have victory in the end.
We have many young people who come here and you say Muhammad Ali to them, and quite frankly the answer is who? And we just want to expose them to Muhammad Ali and have them walk away here with an understanding of who Muhammad Ali was, not only in the ring, but outside in the real world.
We've been so blessed that Mike Madden has come in, completely restored Fighter's Heaven back to its original condition. Every single thing I see here, I remember exactly as it was when I was a little girl. So you are experiencing, when you come here, exactly what I did.
Fighter's Heaven is located in Deer Lake, Pennsylvania, about 90 miles from Philadelphia. To find out more, visit fightersheaven.com. No question, Muhammad Ali was a great boxer. Some say he was the greatest boxer ever. But he was great for so many other reasons as well. He wasn't just a fighter in the ring, he was also a fighter against racism. So let me leave you with one more quote from this giant of a man. Hating people because of their color is wrong. And it doesn't matter which color does the hating, it's just plain wrong. He was and is so right. For Teen Kids News, I'm Ava.
In addition to Pennsylvania's Fighter's Heaven, there is also the Muhammad Ali Center in Louisville. This museum has films and exhibits that highlight the 6 core principles that Muhammad Ali tried to live by: confidence, conviction, dedication, giving respect, and spirituality.